"Alms! Alms!" he cried. "Pennies for the poor! The poor!" The beggar stopped by the boy and asked, "Juggler, are you performing in the great celebration?" The young man shook his head. Suddenly he wanted to stutter out his secret. He wanted to say, "I have something hidden in my heart." The beggar motioned for him to step closer and whispered, "I saw you juggling just now. Keep your own count. Listen to the rhythm of your own timing." The apprentice juggler was amazed. How could a beggar know his count was wrong when he had guarded the truth from everyone? The beggar laughed. He said, "I understand. My rhythm is different too." With that, the beggar turned to make entrance. The boy heard the rangers shout, "To the king! To the restoration!" The form of the man was dimmed in the flames. Then he stepped into inmost circle. A cry of recognition went up. People came running to welcome the new arrival. They shouted greeting and called to one another. The apprentice juggler gasped. He had not been prepared for this becoming. The man stood there, changed. He was as tall as Ranger Commander and handsome. The light from the flames reflected as gold glints in his hair. He bent and swung a little child up to his broad shoulders. Mercy, young and beautiful now that she had made entrance, ran from a place within the circle and took his hand. She called to her husband, Ranger Commander, who came and saluted the king. "The beggar is the king," thought the apprentice juggler. He had said, "Keep your own count." The king raised his one hand, still holding the little child on his shoulder with the other. His voice commanded, "Let the celebration begin." Apprentice juggler raced to make entrance. The jugglers were on first, and he was due to solo early in their performance. In response to the king's command, the musicians began to play a joyful, foot-tapping melody. It called the subjects out of deepest forest, through the sacred flames, and into inmost circle. The jugglers were gathering at the heart of the celebration. The king and his followers circled round them. Everyone clapped in time with the music. The whole troop was juggling, each on their own. Some tossed balls, some looped rings, and then it was time for Apprentice Juggler's first solo act. All the others stopped. The young man's heart was in his throat. What if a ball dropped? What if he tripped? What if he couldn't control his count? Then he remembered the beggar king and his words. Listen to the rhythm of your own timing. He listened, and a new count was rising in him, his own count. Joy came tumbling. It filled his hands, his heart. The count was different from anything he had ever heard. Throw, throw, catch, 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 throw. Throw, throw, catch, 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 throw. He tossed an orange high into the air. Then another, and another. He caught the first orange right before it hit the ground. The crowd gasped. He caught it and tossed the next falling one off his foot. The people gasped again. Then they laughed. The apprentice juggler dived for the third, tossed it, turned a somersault, caught the next inches off the ground, popped it back up into the air. The crowd roared. He heard murmurs. "Oh, he's wonderful! I've never seen a juggler like him before. How different!" He went on listening to the inner timing. Throw, throw, catch, 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 throw. He juggled and somersaulted and dived and counted. Finally he was done. The crowd laughed. They clapped, they yelled hurrah, and stamped their feet and hands. The apprentice juggler bowed. He stood straight and bowed again. This time when he looked up, he was looking directly into the eyes of the king. The king was smiling his approval. "A clown!" someone was crying. It was the juggling master. "You have the rhythm of a clown," he roared. You look like you can't do it. You look like you might drop something, but you don't. A clown is the best juggler of all." The juggling master became stern. He shook the juggler's shoulders. "Why didn't you tell me your rhythm was different?" Because," stammered the young man between shakes, I thought I would lose my place in the troupe." The juggling master stopped shaking him. "Lose your place? Find your proper place, rather. Didn't you know that in the great celebration all who desire a place find a place?" With that, The juggling master put his head back and laughed. A juggler with the instinct of a clown. Oh, they are rare, they are rare. What a troupe we'll have. We'll bring down the house. We will make the balls dance. So the apprentice juggler lost his place in the troupe, but found another. For all who live by the rhythm of the inner timing, which the king approves, find a place in the kingdom all their own. More than any, they live happily ever after. The end.